The film focuses on an employee of the union named Remy, who faces conflicts while carrying out his duties. Remy is a repo man for the union. His primary task is to reclaim the company's property if customers fail to pay their bills after 90 days, and a third warning letter is sent. Remy does not hesitate to harm customers who try to escape their debt obligations. The property in question is not houses, cars, or electronics, but artificial organs like synthetic hearts, kidneys, lungs, eyes, etc., referred to as artiforgs in the film. We see how easily a repo man like Remy uses medical equipment to operate and remove artificial organs from someone's body. His daily routine, after dropping his son off at school, is to visit customers who have defaulted on payments and retrieve the organs they use. He then heads to the union's office and deposits the reclaimed artiforgs in a storage box. Inside the union's office, there's a bustling crowd queuing to buy artiforgs. Those who come are people with issues in their natural organs. Besides cash purchases, the union also offers credit options for those who can't afford to pay up front, albeit with interest rates that ensure not everyone can settle their debts. Nevertheless, almost everyone agrees to the terms to use artiforgs to regain health and vitality. Remy is one of the company's best senior repo agents. Along with his childhood friend Jake, they always manage to complete their assigned repossession tasks. Frank is the manager of the repossession division at the union, or in other words, the boss of Remy and Jake. Whenever his subordinates successfully reclaim artiforgs from customers, they hand them over to Frank for data scanning and storage to be resold later. In a time where all human organ replicas have been successfully created, from hearts and kidneys to livers and other parts like bones and eyes, the union has even developed a new product called the M5 neural net. This device is designed to mimic the nerve sensors in the human body, intended for those who prefer living in dreams rather than reality. While working, Remy and Jake visit a bar to unwind from their stressful jobs. Remy is captivated by the bar's regular singer. His wife Carol, however, is not fond of his job in collections, as it takes too much time away from the family. She urges Remy to request a transfer to another division, even if it means a pay cut. One day, during a barbecue at Remy's colleague Jack's house, Jack receives a call about a new assignment to repossess an artiforg from someone 6 months overdue, promising a larger commission than usual. Thanks to Jack's connections, the debtor is brought directly to them, and Jack skillfully retrieves the artificial kidney. However, Carol, who dislikes the profession of her husband and his friends, leaves Remy, taking their child with her. On another night, while patrolling, Remy and Jake's artiforg detector signals a group of defaulters gathered on a ship nearby. They don't miss this golden opportunity and board the ship to reclaim all the artiforgs. After a fierce battle, they incapacitate all the delinquent customers and collect 32 artiforgs to hand over to Frank. Remy also found an anti-detection device used by customers to trick the repo men. Seeing the success of the two friends, Frank offers them a new and more attractive deal. However, Remy actually wants to ask Frank for a transfer to the sales division, as his wife wishes. On the way home, Jack tries to persuade Remy to remain his partner as a repo man, but Remy is determined to quit after one last job. That night, Remy visits the home of Jimmy T-Bone, a musician idol, and his next target. Jimmy kindly allows Remy to perform his repossession duty. Remy prepares an electric shock device to retrieve the artificial heart inside Jimmy, but the device malfunctions, causing a severe injury to Remy. After regaining consciousness from intensive care, Remy realizes he has been fitted with an artificial heart from the union, making him both a customer and an employee. His misfortune doesn't end there. He is evicted from his home and moves in with his friend Jack. Despite his physical limitations, Remy continues his work as a repo man, but his performance declines, leading to a transfer to the sales division. However, his income is insufficient to cover his financial problems, as each heartbeat adds to the debt of his new heart, leaving him with less than 6 days before other repo men come to reclaim the organ. As a friend, Jack tries to help Remy by taking him to a remote place where union customers avoid repo men. There, Jack finds 2 people with overdue artiforgs and seemingly offers Remy a chance to clear his new heart's debt by repossessing their organs. However, Remy, who used to be ruthless, now feels powerless, and when the people regain consciousness, they beat him until he faints. Upon waking, Remy encounters Beth, the bar singer he always admired during his breaks. He takes her to a motel for a proper rest and scans her with an artiforg tracker, revealing she has 10 overdue artiforgs. Instead of repossessing them, Remy and Beth hide from the repo men, returning to where they first met and burning a car to erase their tracks. Now, Remy becomes a fugitive from the repo men with one artificial heart, while Beth's entire body, except her heart, is artificial. Back at the repo men's base camp, Frank hands out assignments. When Jack receives his, he refuses and walks away. Remy and Beth spend the following days hiding in the secluded place, getting to know each other and sharing personal information. Remy begins writing a daily journal with a typewriter Beth found, using it to pass the time while on the run. Thanks to Beth's artificial ear, they detect someone's arrival, identified by Remy as a repo man. They move floors to set a trap, but the repo man falls through a hole in the fragile floor, causing Beth's artificial knee to be severely damaged. They escape in the repo man's car they had previously disabled, and Beth, regaining consciousness, attempts to repair her damaged knee with her medical equipment. Remy and Beth, now on the run, head to the Union's headquarters. Remy, disguised with a lung costume, confronts Frank in his office, demanding to be freed from all debts. When Frank refuses, Remy incapacitates him with an electric shock. He then retrieves an artiforg detection shield he had found earlier during a raid on a ship. With this device, Remy plans to escape through the airport to a place without the Union's reach. The shield works perfectly, allowing them to bypass the airport's metal detectors. However, their plan is foiled when airport security notices Beth's bleeding leg and denies her boarding until she receives medical attention. Shortly after being taken to a room for treatment, two repo men recognize Remy and Beth. Without hesitation, Remy and Beth fight them off and flee the airport. They seek help from a contact named Asbury, known for collecting organs and selling them on the black market. Asbury, lacking the equipment to operate on Beth's injured knee, suggests visiting a black market clinic run by a doctor named Alva. This clinic, where Beth previously got her artiforgs, shocks Remy when he discovers the surgeon is a 9-year-old child. Despite the surprise, the operation is successful, and Beth can walk again, albeit with a limp. They return to Asbury's headquarters only to find him dead, his stomach cut open after repo men reclaimed his artiforgs. Jack then appears, and it's revealed that he sabotaged Remy's electric shock device, causing the accident that led to Remy's artificial heart implant. Jack did this to prevent Remy from transferring to the sales department, which pays less. The two friends engage in a fierce fight, with Remy emerging victorious thanks to Beth's help. The situation escalates when the place is raided by repo men, causing those in debt to scatter. Remy and Beth are rescued by a group of underground dwellers nearby. The departure of the repo men leaves behind a trail of bodies, stirring a deep realization in Remy. He decides to destroy the Union from its roots, starting by erasing the entire billing system and debt records of all customers stored at the Union's headquarters. Before carrying out his plan with Beth, Remy has a chance to meet with his son and estranged wife on a commuter train, leading to a heated argument about their family situation. Suddenly, Carol faints after Peter fires his pistol at his overly talkative mother. Remy then hands over the diary he has been writing during his time on the run to Peter, informing him that they can meet later at a place called Punta del Este. Remy bids farewell and leaves Peter on the train, after successfully kidnapping Frank and scanning his retina. They easily enter the headquarters of the Union. By accident, they enter a workshop where artificial organs are mass-produced. They reach a corridor leading to the Pink Door, the server system at the Union, which is not easy to access. First, they must eliminate the guards patrolling the area. After dealing with the guards, they face the repo men tasked with stopping Remy's intentions. But once again, Remy, with the help of Beth, overcomes them with ease. They then successfully enter the Pink Door by scanning a barcode, which is one of the overdue items on the list. Meanwhile, Frank and Jack, who have just arrived, almost catch them. In the room, Remy is confused because he cannot find a keyboard or monitor to access the main server. So the only way for them to get off the overdue list is to scan the barcodes embedded in their bodies, which means they must surgically open themselves up, even at the risk of death. Remy prepares the surgical tools he brought and operates on himself. He then asks Beth to insert the scanner into his body, and direct it to the artificial heart to read the barcode. Then it's Remy's turn to scan Beth. He scans her eyes, ears, throat, knees, hip bones, and lungs. Outside the server room, Frank and Jack finally enter after scanning one of the artiforgs. Seeing his friend's determination to help someone, Jack turns on Frank and kills him. Remy successfully scans all the active items in Beth's body, closes the wounds, and Jack administers an adrenaline shot to quickly revive Beth. Jack then places 2 bombs in the artiforg storage cabinet to destroy the central system or server at the Union, and the server explodes. Remy's plan succeeds, and the 3 of them escape. They relocate to a beach, where Remy, Beth, and Jack are seen relaxing. They now live a more normal life, with Remy successfully publishing a book based on his experiences as a Repo Man agent, titled The Repossession Mambo. But this turns out not to be the end of the story, because what actually happens is that during the fight with Jack at the Asbury's place, Remy falls into a coma, and his brain is now connected to a virtual reality computer to keep functioning. Remy will spend the rest of his life in a dream, believing that they have successfully destroyed the Union, and the film ends. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because by subscribing you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.